Hello and welcome to Viking Park for a grand final day in the Griffin Legal John Iden Cup. For Bar TV, I'm Ryan Murphy taking you through all the action as Royals take on the Queanbeyan Whites for the 2019 Colts Premiership. Joining me today is Vikings Colts captain Billy Carberry. Billy, tough to not be running out there today on grand final day, but of course happy to have you with us. These two sides being in the grand final today, I suppose not many would have predicted that given their seasons, but a real tough contest here at Viking Park.
Yeah, definitely. It is upsetting not to be able to run out there today, but these teams, they're two massive teams, and they've had great seasons so far, especially having pretty tough seasons at the start and then, really coming into form towards the end of the season and into the grand final.
Absolutely, particularly Queanbeyan, of course, coming all the way from fourth, a few big names being named in their side later in the year, while Royals, of course, finished second on the ladder behind the Gungahlin Eagles. Obviously beat Gungahlin in that qualifying final, booking their spot here today. Queanbeyan doing the same last week, jumping out to a 40-0 lead against the Eagles. Couple of tries against them late on, so I wonder, does that play on their mind early doors here, Billy?
Yeah, look, I think both teams, they really just need to stick to their game plan, stick to their structures, and just play simple footy. I think that's completion rate's just going to win them the game today, each team. So, it's going to be a really good game to watch.
Absolutely. We'll run you down through the sides as we go here, but that's Queanbeyan's Will Holland playing at 12 today. Normally a flanker, but slipping in at inside centre to start off getting the game kicked off. Good initial carry there from Royals, just settling things here. Of course, nerves going to be a factor in all the games today as we tick down the clock towards the first grade final later on. That's a testing little kick there from Liam Shaw, just dribbling that one down. Good settled start from Royals, Billy.
Yeah, that's good. Trying to get out of their end early, trying to play it up in Queanbeyan's half. It's a pretty decent exit. I think they'd like to get down a bit further, but pretty solid so far.
Strong take there from Zef Tuinona coming in at lock. A lot of first grade action for the teenager. Playing at his level at Colts today. Keep an eye on him, and that's same to be said for Jack Gilmore at 13. We'll tip him from behind, and a strong carry. Queanbeyan holding onto the ball on the 50 here. It's Margo. Plays to his forwards and just has to dig for the ball with Holland waiting at first receiver. Gives it to Tuinona, and a strong carry from the young lock. It's Winchester looking for a bit of space in behind, and it's well executed from Winchester, finding the space in behind Royals. A really good kick and a good option early on from Queanbeyan to put the pressure on Royals.
Yes, definitely. That was an amazing kick by Winchester there, playing it down in their end, build a pressure onto Royals and force them to exit. Really good play.
Has to be said, the wind definitely picking up here early at Viking Park, favouring Queanbeyan in this first half. So they'll be looking to play a lot of territory early on. Maybe that was why Royals put that dribbling kick in early on, trying to take the wind out of the game. And there we see it playing havoc at line-out time again. Wind, an obvious factor here in the first half, but Royals do manage to hold on to possession. And once again, just look to clean things up before exiting. There must have been a knock-on there at line-out time. There was Zef Tuinona up there at the front of the lineup, but he's grown in such stature this year, Billy, and you'll have obviously trained a lot with him in the Brumbies Academy, just the way he's grown as a player over this year, his first year in senior rugby.
Yeah, definitely, and I think coming down, playing first grade for Queanbeyan and coming back to Colts, it's really bringing that energy, and he's an excellent player, and he's a great bloke to train with, and he does bring a lot of energy and a lot of spark to the game.
He's going to be more of a leading figure here at Colts level, of course, rather than just doing his job at the senior level. A big scrum from Queanbeyan, setting their stall early on. It's Van Leeuwen, the big carry in midfield. They go wide. Lincoln Smith now in a bit of space. Here goes the floor. He's got an option inside, but still going himself.
Just got into touch there.
Lincoln Smith in an acre of space, had options inside, chose to go himself. Just a foot into touch. Good cover defense there from Michael Rademacher, just putting his body on the line. But gee, Lincoln Smith in a bit of space early on here. Another one of those names coming down from senior level for grand final day. Queanbeyan need to contain him, don't they, Billy? And particularly in those outside channels.
Yeah, definitely. Lincoln's a big body, and people underestimate him from his pace, as fellow teammate Luke Kimber has said in the past. He is electrifying. He's so quick and such a big body. He's going to be dangerous today.
Absolutely. Another chance to attack now after the steal from Royals. Chance to attack now. That's Quinlan getting his hands on the ball again. Royal Centre partnership working hard early on. It's Miller getting over the game line. Might have been turned over here. Steal from the Queanbeyan pack. Pressure on, but well escaped there. It was Winchester. Margot plays outside.
Good run.
Didn't have a lot of support there, so had to use the footwork. Is Holland stepping into what is a flanker space, wearing 12 on his back, but still playing like a flanker. But they go wide now through Gilmore. Good retort here from Queanbeyan after the initial good play from Royals. There's Tuiona again. Takes a couple to bring the big man down now. Queanbeyan on the front full, and there's Winchester. Out to Holland. No scrum cap. It's messy at the breakdowns. Just Caleb Bear having to clean up there on the base. Winchester again puts a stabbing kick, but this will fall for Haloti Whanua. Wow, nearly almost the bounce just right for Queanbeyan. Haloti Whanua showing his pace on this left-hand side, wearing 14, but playing on this left-hand edge for Queanbeyan. Queanbeyan's wingers, of course, where a lot of the attacking threat's going to come, Billy, with Whanua on this left-hand side and the figure of Brendan Jimenez on that right-hand side.
Yes, definitely. Both very, very good players coming up through the schoolboy ranks, and both playing in the Australian schoolboys team, and very, very, very quick, very skillful. Yeah, they're two players to watch today.
Absolutely. Interesting to see them playing on the wings. They'll probably look to get them playing more in midfield. And a good second scrum from Queanbeyan now. Winchester plays to Holland. Met well by Harry Quinlan. Chop tackle right at the gain line. It's been turned over now by Royals.
Very good steal by Harry Quinlan there.
Absolutely. Got the chop tackle, then back on his feet, and Royals look to clear. Wind has died down slightly, so that doesn't quite hold up. Jimenez looks to bump off Liam Shaw, but Royals winger up to the task, and then a bit of poor discipline there from Zach Ross coming in the side. Free penalty for Queanbeyan. Given the exit was pretty good from Royals, you don't want to be giving away free penalties on grand final day.
Yeah, definitely. I think they just need to be patient there. Yeah, ill discipline, forcing errors and penalties. You definitely don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that either. Jimenez rushing the penalty. Doesn't find touch. It won't quite run all the way down. So not the double whammy for Queanbeyan Whites, but Jimenez just rushing that kick. Tries to go quick and just can't find his lines. Missed opportunity for Queanbeyan.
Yeah, I think on big games like this, you really got to take your time. You really got to be patient. And, yeah, just you can't rush things like that. You just got to keep it simple and stick to the plan.
Big charge down there from Mika Ellie. Getting his big paws onto that 22 drop out to Queanbeyan. Back on attack now through Zeph Tuinona. How many times have we said this young man's name in the opening exchanges? That's Vercic, his lock partner. They're going behind now to Winchester. Bit of space for Queanbeyan if they can find it in behind. Option wasn't bad from Rademacher, but the bounce not good for Whanua to go on to. So a little bit of a let off there for Royals because they were numbers down on that left-hand edge.
Yeah.
Like to see Queanbeyan play a little bit more rugby there.
Yeah, I think especially with they had about a 3-on-1 overlap there, so I think I'd like to see them go through the hands a bit more, especially on times like that. But I mean, it's still building pressure, and it was a decent play by Queanbeyan.
Absolutely, all the play down in Royals. Third of the pitch here, but that's a good carry from Quinlan. Gets the offload away. A couple of good carries from Quinlan early on in this game. A big collision there in midfield, but Royals building the phases. Good footwork there from Daniel Goodwin. Oh, sorry, that's Sam Villada. Bumped in behind to Quinlan and gets the offload away again. And that's forced Queanbeyan slightly offside, so they'll have the advantage here, Royals. Free shot for Royals, try and get the first points of the day. But they keep it tight. It's Goodwin digging for the ball. Advantage still being played, and now the penalty comes. Referee Brodie Ingram just indicating that there might have been a high shot. So again, some poor discipline there and some just rushing things, Queanbeyan, as you said, Billy, trying to impact this game early.
Yeah, ill discipline there. It's a bit of a let-off for Royals, especially. They've had a lot of pressure on them down in their end in this first half, and I think this is the first time we get to see them deep down in Queanbeyan's half. So it'll be good to see what they can do at this point.
Absolutely. The centres have started very well. Harry Quinlan and Riley Van Leeuwen haven't seen enough yet of their wingers. We did, of course, see Lincoln Smith in a bit of space. I just wonder if they'll look to feature the fullback in this attack, but it's Quinlan again. Takes the first carry. Goes back left to Bundy. The tight head prop, and another advantage coming for Royals. Goodwin.
Oh, just unlucky there.
Looked to take that hard, short line. Pass just out in front of him from his captain, Thomas Hallam. But now a decision to make on grand final day, Billy. And there the decision comes straight to the sticks. Good option there.
Yeah,
Royals.
definitely a good option. You want to get on the board first and put some pressure onto the opposing team. So very good decision there by Tom Hallam. Especially
since they've, of course, as you said, Billy, they've been under pressure. And, you know, they get a bit of territory, turn it into points. That'll please Royals no end, as we see. It's Lee Maguire lining this one up. Oh, it's a low stinger, and it's missed to the left. Missed opportunity there for Royals. Just didn't seem to catch that one. Did he, Lee Maguire?
No, I think he did rush the kick a bit there. I think with penalty kicks, you really got to take your time. You got to really focus and clear your mind with your kicks. And yeah, I think just rushing that one a little bit and forced him to miss that one.
Nerves playing their part on grand final day. Lincoln Smith, he's played in some big games. The Royals fullback showing no signs of nerves yet. That's a big collision from Will Holland in midfield, and the penalty comes. Massive collision in midfield from Holland. The counter-rock came, and so did the penalty. Good response from Queanbeyan Whites. Will Holland's headgear's been sitting in midfield for the last 10 minutes.
It is a ruggedy old headgear. I think he's well due for a new one. I think he's had played in that one for a few too many years, I think.
Just as we say it, he chucks it off. No interest. Will Holland, of course, brother of Australian 7-star Lewis Holland, and a former Brumbies under-19 player, very highly regarded as a 7, slipping in at 12 today for this Queanbeyan side. Of course, they do have Kane Kilmister playing 7 for Queanbeyan, so plenty of options for Dan Hawke to pick from, but the drive is excellent from Queanbeyan. And now the penalty comes. Well, we've seen on a couple of occasions, Billy, here that the power up front for Queanbeyan with Vinny Damaso, Mika Eli, Caleb Barr, Zeph Tuinona, big names, big bodies in there for Queanbeyan at this Colts level in particular. We've seen it at scrum time, now it's coming into play at the maul. No prizes for guessing what's coming here, I wouldn't have thought.
No, definitely not. Queanbeyan in their row, in their pack, they're a very, very big team and very strong. So, yeah, like you said, straight to a maul option.
Well, they go to the maul, but they go down the left-hand edge. They're in for the try, but it's been called back for a forward pass. Ben Magro. Well, we said the maul was coming. They had Ross fooled. They had Royals fooled. The move was perfect, but the execution just letting them down. The final pass just slipping forward there. Good option, though, from Queanbeyan, looking to vary things up there when the maul was almost certainly coming.
Yes, definitely. I think Royals were expecting a maul at that stage, and it's just going to keep them guessing throughout the whole game what Queanbeyan are going to do today. Strong
Queanbeyan
scrum.
Get the shove on at the scrum, but that's Liam McGuire stepping into first receiver. Settling his side down, and Ross under heaps of pressure. Can't get a good kick away. Slices that one off, so another massive opportunity now for Queanbeyan.
It'll be interesting to see what they do here, whether they take the maul, they spread it wide through the backs and get it to their speedmen.
They go to the tail, and a pressure throw goes awry for Caleb Bauer. Gee, with the wind building up, that's a tough call to give your hooker a tail ball there in the 22 with all the pressure on.
Yeah, definitely. I think down in their attacking half, I think Queanbeyan kind of really needed to go to the front pod there, just to play it safe, get the ball, get quick ball out to the backs there. But
especially because they know they've got the power in there, don't they?
Yes, definitely. And try and get the ball out to the backs, especially with Will Holland at centre and also Jack Gilmore. So strong, such good carriers. Just get them to force, just to set a platform for the game, really, and just play off that.
Absolutely. They haven't been building the phases, Queanbeyan, and that hasn't allowed the likes of Jimenez, who rushes up here to put a really good tackle on Lincoln Smith. They get it away. And here goes Liam Shaw. Gets a good offload away to Ross. He's got his man on the inside, Ross. Oh, and he's been stripped. Cold. The counter attack was exquisite from Royals, but Ross just couldn't find his man on the inside edge. Brilliant cover defense from Queanbeyan. And Haloti Fanua. How did he even get there, Billy?
Oh, he is a very fast player, and I think Royals kind of just need to play it safe there and either take the tackle or
just use options inside and out.
Use the support. There was a great support line there by Harry Quinlan, and I think
the second time today.
Yes,
Lincoln Smith, of course, had a few options early on. Still no score in this game. 0-0. Well, Royals won't want to give away too many opportunities, Billy. They've been under the cosh here. They're playing against a side with full of confidence, and they've had 2 opportunities to add tries to this game so far. Haven't taken one yet.
Yeah, look, it's clear to see that Royals and Queanbeyan, it is a tight matchup so far. And look, all the pressure has been on Royals so far in this game, but a bit of relief there, especially through their counter-attack. It's good to see what Royals bring to the game today.
And now a chance, having got out of their own zone, to build their own pressure. The maul working well, but Queanbeyan spoil well. Goes behind to Smith, but doesn't go to hand, so Maguire's got to mop up well. Shrugs off the tackle of Magro. That's Rademacher, at fullback. Maguire getting rid of him with ease. There's Hallam. Goes behind to Quinlan. Good footwork from the Royals centre. one of their liveliest in this game so far. Ball goes to deck from Bundy. Another missed opportunity from Royals. Has to be said, the biggest thing we've seen so far is nerves playing havoc for both of these sides. Yeah, unable to just get into their games and build phases.
Yeah, definitely. Nerves definitely forcing mistakes in this game for both teams. And, yeah, I think both teams just need to have some time to recoup and just take a deep breath and calm and refocus on the game.
It's going to be that side who just starts to cool things down and play more smart rugby. For sure, it's been Queanbeyan at times that have used the pitch well with their kicking game. Definitely Royal showing they've got the firepower to attack from anywhere, particularly through Levi Shaw and Lincoln Smith. Gee, Levi Shaw's got some speed, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah, definitely. He would have to be up there with one of the quickest players in the Colts competition, even in the first grade competition of the Junior Dent.
Magro feeds the Queanbeyan scrum. Better shove from Royals. Magro now under heaps of pressure. Gives to Jimenez. Jimenez tries to attack down a very close edge. Not enough space there to do anything for Jimenez. Probably would have looked to get in field there, I would have thought, Billy.
Yeah, that's just... Look, it's probably the wrong decision from Queanbeyan. And that's great defence by Liam Shaw there down that short side. So, yeah, look, it's just times like that they just need to re-look their options, I think, Queanbeyan.
Absolutely, the pressure from Royals making them go down that short side, but Royals back on attack now. That's Miller. A couple of good touches from Miller in this half. That's a brilliant turnover from Caleb Barr. Body position was perfect. Got over the ball. Forced another penalty for Queanbeyan. So now, another chance for Queanbeyan to try and exit out of this half. And Jimenez takes his time on this occasion, gets a better strike. Pushes Queanbeyan down into Royals half. Get the feeling, Billy, here, whoever can get on the board first will have a massive chance to build into this game, because certainly no team has really taken this game by the scruff of the neck yet.
Yeah, playing both teams throughout the year, they've both been teams that are really strong in the second half, and they love to build pressure early in the game.
Absolutely.
I think if Queanbeyan Royals get on the board early, the team could blow out. The game could blow out, sorry. But yeah, it's going to be a really tough matchup for both teams.
Certainly is, and another good phase of play from Queanbeyan. But then the knock-on comes, and another chance for Royals to exit. No team able to build any pressure so far. Messy game through this first half. Take a chance to, of course, thank our sponsors, Griffin Legal, Hans Superdry, PTP and Truefit and Hill, Rourke Projects, McDonald's ACT, O'Neill's and Poplars. We'll have a chance to bestow on someone a case of Hans Superdry, as you did last year, Billy, as the man of the match. But Queanbeyan, that front row, that front five, starting to make their mark now. Mick Ellie getting massive raps there, the big tight head. Vinny Damas on Caleb Bear, of course, got the penalty that drove Queanbeyan down into this half. That scrum pressure starting to reap some rewards now for Queanbeyan. They go to the line with Jimenez. We've seen a couple of good mauls from Queanbeyan. They've shown they're not afraid to throw some variation in there as well. Interesting to see halfback Ben Magro standing at the front of the lineup. That throw goes crooked again. You just see Haloti Fanua with his hands on his head. Frustration building there for Queanbeyan. Lots of good work, but silly mistakes, just no flow in the game, is there? In either side's game, really.
Yeah, look, there is frustration coming. at a point like that, and playing early in the half, going to the back pod, they know that this wind is going to play a massive factor into this game. I think they just need to play it safe there.
Give your hooker a settler there. Go to the front pod. Just make sure you get possession. Have to agree.
Definitely.
And again, these are the factors in a Colts game that differ to a more senior side where there's young guys out there only learning their craft. The Royals looking to attack out of their zone. Lincoln Smith in a bit of space. Gives to Maguire. Good defence from Fanua and Gilmore, but that's another excellent exit from Royals. Villata. Strong carry. Hard into the Queanbeyan defence. Ross gives wide to Shield. He's held up Shield but managed to get to deck. Now Ross goes wide. Spots a few front rows in front of him, but that's really good defence in there from Mikaeli. Bundy.
Good strong carry by Bundy there.
Very experienced for a Colt. James Bundy at all grades. Inside ball, but looked to be a touch forward, but the decision comes. That's Devea Teo just got his hand onto that ball, judged to have slapped it down. And again, Queanbeyan defending well, showing no signs of creaking, but a free penalty and another bit of ill discipline there from the Whites, allowing Royals to march down. These penalties will be killing both coaches, won't they, Billy?
Yes, definitely. Again, as we spoke about before, ill discipline. It just needs to be cut out of this game, really. It's from both teams.
We talk about discipline as we see Royals go quick to the line. It can be about, ill discipline can be about taking the wrong option as well. But Royals much better on this occasion, and now here's Shaw again. Wrapped up well by Rademacher. But the offload from Shaw was superb, and Royals run in to the Queanbeyan 22. Devastating in the counter-attack so far from Royals, but no points yet. There's Bundy again in midfield. Good pass from his captain, Tom Hallam. He's met well by Vinny Damason and Davia Teoteo. They get to ground. Quinlan was inside to Van Leeuwen. It's a good line from Ross, and now he's in a bit of space. Zach Ross. Massive opportunity now for Royals. Biggest opportunity of the game. Hallam digging for the ball. Advantage coming. There's Goodwin. Try!
Great line there.
Royals draw first blood in the 2019 Colts Grand Final. The counter-attack was good, but on this occasion, Billy, they built the pressure, and finally the score came. What a try, and a big nerve settler for the Royals. Brilliant from Zach Ross. His influence really growing in this game from fly half.
Yes, a few very good carries from Zach Ross in this game so far. He's really put Royals, giving them the front foot and giving them front foot ball, and yeah, he's been outstanding so far.
Absolutely. We've seen on a number of occasions they've taken that short line, and Queanbeyan's defence has been up to it. But with the quick ball, defenders at 6 and 7s, the line from Goodwin was excellent. And the conversion from Maguire is good on this occasion. Royals 7-0 to the good with 8 minutes to play in the first half of the 2019 Colts Grand Final. Well, we said whoever could get on the board first might have a massive opportunity to build some pressure. And for much of this first half, it seemed like it would be Queanbeyan. But Royals, with Ross particularly getting them into that final red zone, they took their opportunity well. And now, can Queanbeyan respond, or can Royals add another and take a lead into this second half? Holland, will he look to go deep here or give his guys one to chase? He tries to give them one to chase, but holds up, and Shield says, we'll play. Miller. Another good carry from Royals lock. Miller, and there's Quinlan his influence on the game growing. Ball goes out the back to Tom Isles there. Wasn't ready for it, Isles, but does manage to get over the gain line. And there's Miller again. Knock on comes from Miller. One too many from Royals. But good defence from Queanbeyan.
Yes, definitely. That's definitely not the kickoff that they wanted. And having Royals pounce on that ball, and they want to play footy in this game. They want to get points on the board, and it's great to see. But look, just little mistakes could be killer for both teams today.
They seem to have a little bit more advantage in the wider channels, Royals, when they keep it a bit tight too long, playing right into the big Queanbeyan pack, getting up in their faces, big shots on. When they get wide with Ross and Lincoln Smith, as you see, Royal scrum now responding. Big shot from Royals. Teo first to react, and a bit of footwork from Teo. Here's Magro. Ball goes wide to Jimenez, but it's just drifted forward. Well, after taking a lot of pressure in the first 20 minutes, Royal scrum really responding, giving their side confidence. And it's a much easier task for them to defend as well, but Davia Teo broke out well from number 8 there. Haven't said his name enough for Queanbeyan. I think he's one of their big names. Haven't seen him with his hands on the ball enough, Billy.
Yeah, definitely. He's another big body that Queanbeyan have. He's such a strong carrier and a very, very good defender. He has caused a lot of trouble early in the year for a lot of teams, and yeah, today we haven't really said his name much today, but it'd be interesting to see what happens in the second half.
Van Leeuwen goes behind, doesn't go to hand, and Gilmore reacts first. Ball has to be left now. And again, Queanbeyan mop up well. Will Holland digging in there. There's Vercic over the gain line. Here's McEllie.
Good run there by McEllie.
Bumps off Pearson like he wasn't there. But again, the knock-on comes. Execution just letting this Queanbeyan side down, and now Brody Ingram's going to want to have a chat. Just wonder, is there being a little bit of niggle out there between these two sides? They've, of course, met on a couple of occasions this year. Royals getting the better of those results this year. Of the first two anyway, round 1 and round 7, but Queanbeyan winning in round 14, 14-12. A lot of shared history with these two sides, Billy, and it's one of these things on grand final day because of our competition. There's just, everyone knows each other, everyone plays each other so much. When you get to these big days, the emotions can spill over very easily.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially two sides that absolutely don't pull any punches, particularly Queanbeyan. Never afraid of the dark stuff, are the Queanbeyan Whites. Interesting to see Will Holland playing at 12. He's digging around like a 7 a lot of the time, having to anyway.
Yeah, definitely. I think having him at 12, it's good to have a bit of forward carry in the back line, and someone that's really hard on the ball as well, especially if you get that low chop tackle, he's straight over it. So I think it's a good option to have him in the back line, definitely.
Royals, as they have done in this first half, choosing to play out of their own zone for Shield and now Isles. Ross just organising his side, but the penalty comes. It's Teo over the ball. It's a couple of times now since we said it, Billy. Davia Teo having more of an influence on the game, and now with 3.5 to play in this first half, Queanbeyan get the chance to go to the line, and again, just rushed from Jimenez. Doesn't get much purchase on that, and that one could have been down in the 5.
Yeah, I think that's a bit killer for, especially if you're being a forward, you'd like that to be a bit closer to the line, especially if you wanted to go for a maul option. But it'd be interesting to see what Queanbeyan do here.
Line out on target this time from Queanbeyan, and here's Teo. Scored 2 tries at first grade against East earlier on in the year at first grade. So you know he's up to this. High shot there from Van Leeuwen, but Gilmore still going. Goes behind Vercic to Winchester, and now Teo has to escape. Manages to get Queanbeyan going forward again. There's DeMasson. And now McEllie goes for a carry. Still going, McEllie. Still going. Just a couple of feet short now. There's DeMasson again. Placement is good from Magro to dig. He's got Teo on the left. Here he goes, Davia Teo. What a try.
Great try there by Teo.
Well, just as we'd started to mention his name, Billy, he lined himself out to the left, and the finish was perfect.
Great try there by Teo. Just using his size and his strength just to get over the line there.
And his athleticism as well, just using his footwork in the contact there. Davia Teo. Playing number 8 today. Some word that he might be looking at a switch to hooker, Davia Teo, and you just see if he can ever learn to play in the front row. You're looking at a guy there who's got real potential. And we just saw on a couple of occasions there, we saw how Queanbeyan have these names in their side that can really make the difference when they get their hands on the ball. And for them, it's about building pressure. And that was the first time, as we see the conversion fly over the sticks from Haloti Whenua to even things up here with a minute to play. But yeah, the big names starting to influence this game for Queanbeyan.
Yeah, definitely. I think if the big names can inject themselves in the game, it can create a lot of momentum for teams. And like we see, Teo and Haloti Whenua just getting that conversion there, I think that can create a lot of momentum going into this second half and put a lot of pressure on Royals.
A well-balanced game going into this second period as Royals go quick, looking to re-establish their lead before the break. Lincoln Smith goes wide to Harry Quinlan. He steps inside, finding Will Holland, who wraps him up well. Ross with options to his left. Just had to find his feet there and gather. Well done by Ross not to give away possession, and they go wide. Another ball goes to deck. It's a brilliant tackle from Zef Tuinona, dropping his body height brilliantly, and the turnover comes. Advantage coming there for Queanbeyan. Can the Whites take the lead late on here in the first half? Goes behind to Winchester, and he's through a gap. Winchester, good footwork. Offload, oh, it doesn't go to hand. It's off referee Brody Ingram. We won't play it, that's half time. Well, a massive chance for Queanbeyan to take a lead into the second half. How about Winchester injected himself into that game, Billy?
Yeah, definitely great footwork there, and he just showed a little turn of pace there, getting through that gap, and it was a great support line there by Benny Magro, but unfortunately it didn't pay off, and that'd be a massive sigh of relief for Royals, definitely. If they had have scored that try there, it'd put definitely a lot of pressure into this second half, and yeah, it would be good to get together as these teams and recuperate and go hard into the second half.
Absolutely. Well, it's been a messy half, Billy. Neither side early on able to establish themselves with any sort of continuity, I think is the word, you know, trying to build phases, but Royals definitely showing their ability to counter-attack. And when they did, able to build pressure for the first time, really, and then the try came from Goodwin. It was a brilliant finish.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's going to be part of Royals' game today. Just keep building pressure and let the game play. They really want to play fast, especially with their quick lineouts and stuff. They really want to get down into Queanbeyan's territory and put the pressure onto them. But I think just mistakes and stuff from both teams is going to, yeah, it's going to be a killer for them today. So
absolutely. And on the flip side, Queanbeyan, in a similar way, took their opportunity when they got it to Via Teo. As we said, he might have to be really injecting himself into the game, and his finish was excellent. Well, it's 7-all in the Colts Grand Final. Still so much to play for, evenly balanced, both sides. Haven't quite hit their straps yet, so an interesting second half to come. We'll take a break, and we'll be back very soon for the second half of the 2019 Colts Grand Final. Welcome back to Viking Park, where we've got a finely balanced 2019 Colts Grand Final. Saw in your pictures there, Queanbeyan coach Dan Hawke absolutely getting into his side, looking for a bit of spark from them. Both sides not really hitting their straps in the first half, but 7-all with 35 to play here. Premiership on the line, and I'm joined by defending champion for the next 35 minutes, Billy Carberry, a scrappy first half, but both sides showing their quality and absolutely everything to play for in this second.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think both teams have played up to their potential in the first half, and it's been a fairly even game with mistakes and just a bit of ill discipline. But yeah, in this game, I think if they have recuperated at half time, both teams can really eject themselves into the game today.
Absolutely, and Queanbeyan starting fast here. There's Mikaeli. So Matthew Winchester get them going forward there, and there's Zeph Tuinona. He was so influential in the first half, but needs to have another big one if Queanbeyan are going to come away with another premiership here today. There's Winchester again getting his hands on the ball. And Magro, but the ball goes to deck again from Queanbeyan. On this occasion, though, advantage was coming, so they'll have the penalty and a chance to push the Whites down into Royals territory. So great start from Queanbeyan in the second half, getting the response they wanted.
It was a great carry there by Zeph Tuinona. I think Queanbeyan today, they really need to inject their forwards and their big bodies, especially getting over the advantage line is going to put a lot of pressure onto Royals, and big carries like that it's just going to be a benchmark for Queanbeyan today, I think.
Absolutely, they go short this time. Now Winchester gets Teo coming in on that angle. They go in behind to Raidmaker, and there's Holland. Jimenez just looking to mop things up, but he steps into halfback, and here's Mikaeli in a bit of space there. Mikaeli, the offload is brilliant. Killmaster trying to put Queanbeyan into the lead, and Magro goes to Tuinona. Queuing up now, Queanbeyan. They go close again. Ball's over the line. Have they got it down? Held up, so we'll come back for a scrum, but Queanbeyan starting red hot in this second half. The big names, the big ball carriers, Mikaeli, Zeph Tuinona coming into the game.
Yeah, definitely. They're definitely coming into their own, Queanbeyan, and big carries, getting the offloads away to their support runners. They've really ejected themselves into the second half.
Absolutely. Well, they had to, didn't they? Quiet in the first half at times. Queanbeyan in this second clearly coming out with a bit of more pace around that edge, I think, as well. Just getting around the corner much faster.
Yeah, the energy has really picked up for this Queanbeyan side. I think they were lacking a bit in the first half, and I think with nerves and stuff like that, I think they've really overcome that.
Absolutely.
Now. So they're really coming into their own and really focused on the game.
And it's going to be now about which side can keep that pressure up. Can Royals hold out Queanbeyan here? Be massive if they can, but the ball was just slipping down on Royals' side there. Andy Shield asking the question. Mikaeli wearing number 1 there, but packing down on this tight head side. Andy Shield doing great work there at loose head to contain big Mikaeli and Vinny Damasson. James Bundy, of course, an excellent prop in his own right on the Royal side. But if any side has been dominant, you'd have to say it's Queanbeyan. If they can get it right here, they might just look to get the shove on. It's building now. Advantage coming. Teo picks. Free shot now for Queanbeyan with the advantage coming. It's Damasson at the base. Picks and goes, Vinny Damasson. Now Magro dicks it out. Winchester looks wide for Jimenez. Doesn't go to hand, but will come back for the penalty. And a decision to be made now, Billy, as Royals had in the first half. Do you go for 3 or do you look to really make a statement here?
Look, Royals have been putting a lot of pressure onto Queanbeyan, especially at the scrum time, and they're forcing mistakes, and I think playing it safe, going for the points. I think that'd be the best option, just to get back into the game, get on the board, and put that pressure back onto Royals. But look, it's going to have to be a really big defensive effort from Royals here.
Absolutely. We saw the shove come on from Queanbeyan, but Royals definitely were able to react very well. They won't want to give away too many penalties in this area, though. Just a slip in there from Shield. Brody Ingram having a word to the front rows. Brad Winchester, just having a conversation to Holland. Got a Haloti Fanua just lingering at the back of Holland and Winchester, with Gilmore flat with Fanua. Rademacher outside them with Brendan Jimenez holding with outside, but will the ball even get to them? The pressure comes on, it's rolling, advantage comes, and it's an automatic 7.
Great push there by Queanbeyan.
Well, we said if it was going to break, it was on the Queanbeyan side, and they got the shove on. Damason and Michaeli, powerful in there in the front row, and eventually Brody Ingram had no choice but to award the automatic 7, a penalty try, which puts Queanbeyan 7 clear after 7 minutes here in the 2019 Colts Grand Final second half. Oh, big response needed now from Royals, Billy. And that's a massive marker set from this Queanbeyan pack.
Yes, definitely. Queanbeyan have really ejected themselves in this second half and put a lot of pressure on Royals. And Queanbeyan are definitely here to play today, Ryan.
Ross goes long to Inona, and Jimenez finds a bit of space. Big miscue from Jimenez, and there's Maguire in a bit of space. Puts the chip in. Might have just wanted to hold on to that one. And it's run long, so 22. Drop out for Queanbeyan. Wow, got away with one, Billy.
Yeah, definitely. That wasn't the kick that Brendan Jimenez was after. Definitely. I think he's rushing it a bit too much. He needs to stay composed. And, yeah, they got let off there, I think, Queanbeyan.
It's not the first time he's had a slight miscue, Jimenez. As we see reinforcements readying themselves for Queanbeyan. Here's Liam Shaw. Gives inside to his fly half Ross. And here's Lincoln Smith. Takes a couple to slow Smith down, but he's got to get to his knees now, and he does. Well played from Lincoln Smith, avoiding the maul. Queanbeyan targeting that breakdown. Smith goes wide, but ball doesn't go to hand. Messy here from Royals. They'll have to gather themselves. Hallam settles it down to Ross. And a good carry there from Miller. Oliver Miller been absolutely everywhere for Royals today. And Pearson takes it up into Damason and to Inona. Here's Bundy. They work right with Ross. Here's Goodwin. One try to his name today. Daniel Goodwin. There's Isles. Hallam digs for the ball and finds Miller. Bumps in behind. There's Goodwin around the corner looking for the ball, but it goes behind to Shaw. Standing start here, Liam Shaw, but he's got bags of pace. Just lingering on this 50 line here, and it's a big shot again from Queanbeyan. Lining up Royals. No purchase just yet for Royals. And the knock-on comes. Brilliant defensive pressure from Queanbeyan.
Great defensive there from Queanbeyan. Putting a lot of pressure on this Royals pack, making them throw those little offload passes, and Royals just aren't coming away with it. They're making little errors, in this second half, and yeah, Queanbeyan have definitely put a lot of pressure on Royals.
Absolutely, they're just queuing them up in that halfway channel. As we see a number of changes made here on the Queanbeyan side. Michaeli coming off the park. There's Carl Priest in for Michaeli, so perhaps a little rejig at the front row there for Queanbeyan. We'll bring those changes to you as they come, but definitely Michaeli coming off the park. That's, I think, Ben Magro exited the pitch there as well, Billy, at halfback. So another change for Queanbeyan. Different option now. We'll wait to see who that is at halfback. The pressure comes on from Royals with the change front row, forcing Teo to dig. It's Johnny Latatoa on at halfback for Queanbeyan. Gets himself into the line here, might have to make a tackle straight onto the pick. Will Holland meets his opposite number. Harry Quinlan, Will Holland, just running off a slight knock there at 12. And the penalty comes. Caleb Bauer. It's his second pill for the day. He's been excellent at hooker, now probably slipping into prop. Caleb Bauer showing his versatility. He's missed a couple of throws, but that's a great turnover.
Yeah, definitely. Putting a lot of pressure on Royals at the breakdown, slowing the ball down, and especially getting that penalty is a bit of a sigh of relief for Queanbeyan, getting down now into Royals' half.
Absolutely. And a better connection there from Jimenez. You see Daniel Vercic off the park. With Sito, Bayakaki Sito on the park for Vercic. And here is Sito now carrying. Fights Goodwin right into his chest. Good connection from Goodwin to slow down the big man. And Priest over the gain line. There's Sito again, taking a couple to take down Sito. 2 touches since coming onto the park. Advantage coming now. Can Queanbeyan give themselves a cushion here, but it's a good tackle in midfield. It was Connor Smith there jumping out of the line, making a big tackle. The penalty comes, and now definitely a question. Points on offer here for Queanbeyan.
C2 coming into this game has really inserted himself.
100%.
Two big carries there, back to back.
Just that big body as well in midfield, causing havoc, and he's earned his side of the penalty, which they choosing on this occasion, Billy, to go for the sticks. Good option there from Queanbeyan, pushing this one out to 10 points if they can convert. Fanua hasn't made a mistake so far and makes no mistake here. Good connection from Haloti Fanua, and he's pushed his side out to a 10-point lead with 20 minutes to play. Next score now becomes crucial.
Yeah, definitely. This has been Queanbeyan's half so far. They've really inserted themselves and put a lot of pressure on Royals. Being 10 points ahead now, it'd be interesting to see where this game pans out, and if Royals can come back and play smart, hold the footy, just build pressure and put the pressure onto the Queanbeyan side, there could really be a match-up in the second half. But so far, it's all been Queanbeyan.
Absolutely. Now we see, again, the error comes from Royals. A really testing kick for Zach Ross to deal with. Took it well, but just jumped out of touch, so line out for Queanbeyan. Kilmeister gives the nod to Bauer. But this one's going to be taken by Royals, is it? No, the penalty comes. Royals going off their feet, so another chance for Queanbeyan to clear their lines.
Again, they look for Jimenez to get him down into the Royals half.
See Damason just struggling a little bit here. He's had a big shift, Vinny Damason. See Mikaeli having to bounce up again. Could be required for some more work. Mikaeli, Damason definitely in a bit of trouble here. Take this time once again to thank our sponsors, Griffin Legal, Hunt Superdry, PTP and Triffin Hill, Rourke Projects, McDonald's ACT, O'Neill's and Poplars. You are watching live on the Brumbies live streaming partner, Bar TV Sports. A fascinating game, Billy, and it just feels like whoever can take the energy and take the lead here in this next 10 minutes could put one hand on a premiership title.
Yeah, definitely. Queanbeyan have put a lot of pressure on Royals. They've been smart with their footy, trying to play it down their end. At scrum time, they've been excellent. They've really muscled up and using their big names, Yabeki C2, Mika Eli, Zeph Tuinoa. Like, they're just key players in this game that can really determine how the game's going to pan out, really. So
we said it might, didn't we, as well? We said that it would be the big names for Queanbeyan that might decide how things go, and they've been much better in the second half. And again, a good kick from Brendan Jimenez. Hasn't had his most attacking day, Brendan Jimenez, so far, but certainly still able to fire at any time, Jimenez, and they go short to Tuinona. Here's Teo behind to Holland. Has to adjust his feet, Will Holland, but gets over the gain line. Lutatoa. Winchester. Just having to dig for the ball here, Latatoa. Certainly seen a little bit more pace since he's come onto the field, but a great shot there from James Bundy. Queanbeyan holding on to possession. Latatoa to Sito. Here he is again, Sito. Dragged down eventually, but he's in Royals half now, and they go short to Tuinona. Advantage coming there for Queanbeyan. Latatoa goes left to Kilmeister. Latatoa runs into Sito, so we'll come back for the penalty. Again, very kickable here for Queanbeyan. T comes on. Once again, correct option for Queanbeyan, going for the sticks.
Just an easy 3 points there, just to put Queanbeyan 13 points ahead.
See there, Brodie Ingram trying to get a message to Royals captain Tom Hallam. Penalties mounting up on Royals side, particularly in this red zone. Now with 18 to play, Lottie Fanua has a chance to push Queanbeyan to a 13-point lead. Strike is good. Excellent kick for Fanua. Long way back for Royals now. Good body language from Royals, getting right to the line. Still plenty of time for Royals to come back into this game, but they need to score next. Queanbeyan much improved in this second half. Certainly looking like champions. Alatoa digs for Winchester, and they go wide now to Holland. Here's Gilmore, bit of space for Queanbeyan to attack now. Here's Aloni Fanua. Oh, great cover tackle there from Holland. The captain coming up big there with that tackle, and here's Goodwin. Can Royals counter attack? They go to Lincoln Smith. They'll want him in the wide channels. Good work there from Lincoln Smith, and the penalty comes. Latatoa comes straight over the top there. So a chance for Royals now to build some pressure with Caleb Bauer down in back play.
I think if Royals look to clear here and get it down into Queanbeyan's half, deep down towards the 5 metre line, it'll be the only real attacking effort that we've seen from Royals so far.
Are you getting him?
As they look to clear down towards the 22 metre line. Good effort, good kick. Be interesting to see if they look to play it wide here, get it to their speed man, Liam Shaw.
Absolutely, Liam Shaw at times has been devastating here. Just haven't seen enough of him from a Royals perspective, but the long out much better there. Isles taking the ball in the middle, and they get the maul going here, Royals. 15 to play. If they could score now, it's absolutely game on. Keeping it tight.
Strong maul by Royals here.
Absolutely, still going for Royals, and now they're down within the 5. Advantage coming. Hallam directing his forwards to keep it tight, and they go again. Here's Pearson over the ball now, and he picks and goes. Another good carry. Bundy digging. It's good defence from Queanbeyan, and they go wide now through Ross, and Quinlan gives short to Smith. Good footwork from Lincoln Smith. And Quinlan gets
try.
Royals back in the game.
Just found that little bit of space, Harry Quinlan injecting himself straight through it, straight over the try line. What a try.
Well, they've reacted well since giving away that penalty, Royals. Marching down, using that maul perfectly, and when they attacked well. Ross finding Smith, who of course scored that try at Viking Park to get first grade into the grand final. He couldn't quite get there, but brilliant from Quinlan to find a bit of space. And now Maguire gives them a chance to go within 1 score with 15 to play. Game on.
As you said before, it was crucial for Royals to score next, which they have, and it's inserted themselves back into this game.
Absolutely, and they've got the conversion they needed. Now, can Queanbeyan respond? Slow to get to halfway, Queanbeyan. Maybe just trying to take a little bit of sting out of this game. Royals. Well, we've seen, Billy, when they want to play, they can, and when they play quick, they look very, very good in attack. Can they find a score? Or can Queanbeyan come back into that dominant position they were as Ross gives to Meredith Brand there, who's onto the park. Smith. Kick charge down to Fanua. Collects and scores for Queanbeyan. The swan dive, the celebration, the message to the Royals fans. Is that the try that gives Queanbeyan the 2019 Colts Premiership? Well, the charge down was excellent and the finish was brilliant.
Yeah, the charge down to the try. I mean, it's a bit of a relief for Queanbeyan, putting more pressure onto Royals, scoring that try. This could seal the game here.
Certainly could. Lincoln Smith came up into midfield, got the kick, but just couldn't connect. Whanua reacted brilliantly. And once it was a foot race, he was never going to lose. The finish, brilliant. The celebration.
The swan dive.
The swan dive. And now he has a chance to convert his own kick, which with 12 minutes to play, leaves Royals clutching at straws.
That definitely gives Queanbeyan a lot of momentum here, coming down into the final 11 minutes of this second half.
Pressure on Whanua, and he makes no mistake. He's been absolutely excellent all day.
Off the boot, Haloti Whanua, absolutely exceptional.
Well, he hasn't had much ball in hand in attack, but when he's had to, he's taken his chance well. He's kicked his side to what is looking like victory here as Queanbeyan gets them going forward again. Can Royals come back? As Winchester goes wide to Gilmore. Oh, just had to get his hands free there, Gilmore. Queanbeyan goes again. Here's Damasson. Still going, Vinny Damasson, and Zef Tuinona straight into the body of Tom Isles. Much like Royals in the first half, Queanbeyan choosing to play out from their own half, and they get the penalty.
Royals really struggling in this game, in this second half. Queanbeyan really finding their feet.
Absolutely, just playing the smart rugby, building pressure, and pressure obviously always brings penalties. And that's been the story of this second half. Queanbeyan using that pressure to turn Royals around, and they get a good kick again from Jimenez. Could kill this game off now, Queanbeyan with a score. As soon as the second half kicked off, Billy, you just saw the difference in the energy from Queanbeyan. And they go short once again through Tuinona. Ball didn't go 5. So Royals with a chance now to go quick through Lays. Goes wide to Ross. Bumps in behind to Van Leeuwen. He's met well. It's Quinlan met well by Cito. Balls goes back, so it's play on. Go left now to Lays, and in a bit of space there is Velata. Pearson well, reacted well, and here's Bundy. Gobbled up by a couple is Bundy, but here's Lays again. Third carry in succession for him. He's held up by Cito. He's got to get to ground. He's been ripped. Tio and Cito combining. Ripped that ball clean. And Tuinona hangs on after the big shot from Goodwin. This game heating up late here. But Queanbeyan marching towards the premiership title here. And here's Priest. Just manages to stay in field here. Does the replacement Priest, but brilliant from Connor Smith to turn over. Back and forth we go in this game as Lays tips in to Goodwin. Ball goes back. And then now Queanbeyan have possession. Oh, Tio was away, but the call comes in. Penalty Royals.
Just unlucky there for Tio.
They go to the line, not time on Queanbeyan's side. Hullum looks to take off a chunk of territory here, but can't quite find much out of that, so a line out to Royals.
Royals starting to put a lot of pressure at the breakdown. I think clearing the men out of the way and getting their hands onto the ball.
Well, taken from Bundy at the back, and he gets them going forward here. Does the tight head. There's Goodwin. And one of his side's best here today. Has Goodwin. Ross in behind to Meredith Brown. Footwork from the replacement. Hullum gives to Shield. He's met by Vinny Damasson. Bundy lining up for a carry here in midfield. Shapes the tip on. Ball goes to deck, but it's been a high shot there from Queanbeyan. So penalty Royals. Have to up the tempo here, Royals. With 7 to play, 13 points down. Need a score quick.
Bit of ill discipline there from the number 16 of Queanbeyan.
Yeah, that's Priest there in 16 for Queanbeyan. Shot just slipping high.
With pressure like that onto the ball carrier, you just need to chop low, get him to ground fast, and look to pilfer the ball, especially if he's isolated. But yes,
and if you're Queanbeyan here, the only thing that's going to beat you is your own ill discipline.
Exactly.
Because you've got the lead, you've got time is on your side. As you say, if you just chop low and let things happen, it's going to be a long way back for Royals, but 3 penalties gives them a bit of territory here, and the line-out's excellent. Hallam gathers, and Ross goes wide to Smith. Lincoln Smith in at 13 now with Meredith Brown on the park. Quinlan goes wide to Liam Shaw on the right-hand side. Broke the first tackle to Shaw. Goodwin tries to time his run and does well over the game line, much like his try in the first half. Vilata picks and goes. He's well met by Will Holland. 6 to go in the 2019 Colts Grand Final. Can Royals set up a big grandstand finish? But it's Queanbeyan who turn over. And Winchester, pressure on the fly half, but he's done really well to escape here. Has Winchester.
They need to look to spread it wide here, Queanbeyan. Brendan Jimenez in space.
Absolutely. If they look up, they've definitely got space here, but Zef Tuiona standing at fly half at the moment, so they'll look to just pick and go and settle things now. Meredith Brown sensing the pressure now. Moves to the left, and it's a good clearing kick from Winchester. Gets it in to the far side here. So no quick line out from Royals. Replacements here from both sides. That's McAuliffe on for Royals, replacing Vilata. So running repairs now for Queanbeyan and Royals. There's Tom Ballow in for Queanbeyan as well. Advantage coming for Royals. Can they find the score they need? And Meredith Brown met once again by Will Holland. How many tackles has he made in this second half? Quinlan is dragged into touch by Gilmore, but will come back for the penalty. Ross trying to up the tempo here. You see Haloti Fanua down in back play. His day's done, getting helped off the pitch. Goodwin manages to hold on. Queanbeyan's defence solid so far. Shield manages to slip out of the first tackle. Here's Bundy. Slips 1 and 2, Bundy. Still going, the tight head. Hallam goes behind to Ross. Here's Quinlan, tips on to Smith. Brilliant defence again from Queanbeyan. Advantage coming now for Royals. Just 3.5 to play. They pick and they go and they score. Well, he's earned that one, James Bundy. Absolutely everywhere for his side. And with 3.5 to play, a grandstand finish in the Colts Grand Final.
Yeah, definitely good phases of play there by Royals. You can see what potential they have when they hold on to the ball, and how much pressure they can put onto this Queanbeyan side. And time still on Queanbeyan side here at the moment, but Royals still in this game for sure.
Absolutely, 3 to play, 6 points in it. Are we set for one of the great comebacks. In the Colts Grand Final, Queanbeyan taking their time to get to halfway. Just feel like any penalties from Royals and Queanbeyan can kill off this game. They've got to maintain their discipline and keep that same tempo that got them that try. Queanbeyan the same. Kilmeister, brilliant captaincy, just getting his side back on side. Who can hold their nerve in these last couple of minutes? Hallam chooses to kick.
Great clearing kick there.
And it's a great clearing kick from Hallam. Gotta love that option. Still needing a score, but saying put Queanbeyan under all the pressure. But now, if Queanbeyan can take this line out, they could kill off the game.
Yes, definitely. Great clearing kick by Tom Hallam, using the wind behind him, but with Queanbeyan having the ball, they can be dangerous in this area. If they get the ball out wide to Jimenez, put him in a bit of space, or even use their forwards like TOT or your Becky C2 in the middle to truck it up and just kill out the minutes of this game, they could really seal the win here.
We're seeing it already. Absolutely no desire to go wide here from Queanbeyan. They'll have to keep their feet and keep their discipline here. Time ticking down. 1:50 to play. Can Queanbeyan pick and go their way? They can't! The turnover comes! 1:30 to play. 6-point game.
This is a real chance for Royals to come back here.
You hear the cries of the crowd. How about this for a teaser for this grand final day? Second grade and first grade to come. Free kick comes and they'll go quick here, Royals. Holland finds Ross. And they go wide to Shaw. Gives to Maguire. Maguire met by Jimenez. Can they stay in field, Royals? It's in touch, but it's Royals put in. 40 to play. We'll just stop for an injury here. I think that's Liam Maguire and a little bit of discomfort there on that far touchline. Well, they look to go wide and have Liam Shaw come onto the ball, Billy, but good defense from Jimenez. And now, with 40 seconds to play, as we wait for the reinforcements to come onto the park, it's a good time now to talk about, we'll see. As I say, Luton Nagel coming onto the park.
I think this is a real opportunity for Royals just to build pressure like they did with scoring that try through Harry Quinlan. Just keeping it simple, keeping it through the forwards, and just exploit the areas where Queanbeyan are weak. I think around the edges of the ruck, Queanbeyan haven't really been sealing that off a bit.
As we see, Goodwin goes straight up the middle. Absolutely. Still time here. They've just got to build solid as we see Lincoln Smith go into midfield. Can Queanbeyan hang on? And Will Holland wraps up Lincoln Smith. Gets to ground though, does the Royals fullback. Bundy met well. The Hooter goes. Last play of the day for the Colts. A brilliant tackle from Queanbeyan. They wrap him up. If it's a turnover, the game's over. Somehow Royals get it to deck and they go wide now. For Connor Smith. No call of crossing. And Smith holds on and he's met well by Will Holland. Brilliant discipline from both sides to still hold on to this ball. Hallam goes to Pearson and he's bowled it.
Just goes to deck.
And there it is. The 2019 Colts champions, the Queanbeyan Whites, they hold on.
Absolutely great game by the Queanbeyan Whites. From the start of the game, they really wanted to come into this game with a lot of energy, and you could just tell from the start that they were champions.
Absolutely, they had the look of champions and they had to hold on in the end. A brilliant fight back from Royals, but in the end, the defensive pressure, as it's told in this second half, too good from Queanbeyan, and they hang on for their second premiership in the last 3 seasons. Just a show of the work that they've been doing in the lower age groups. Brilliant award for Dan Hawke and his staff. A cracking season from Queanbeyan, coming from 4th place to win the 2019 Colts Grand Final. What a game, Billy. What an absolutely cracking game in the end. It was scrappy at the start, but a brilliant second half.
Yeah, really good, tight second half. Queanbeyan running away with it a bit at the start, but Royals being really resilient, I think, throughout the later stages in this half, and coming back to put 20 points, almost 20 points on top of their score. But yeah, it's just got pipped at the post there. I think time was their enemy, Royals. Queanbeyan just running away with it in the end.
Absolutely. Tries from Haloti Whanua in the second half, and his penalties proving the difference for Queanbeyan. I suppose now's a good time to talk man of the match. Mate, who are some of the names on that Queanbeyan side who stood out for you?
I think Mika Eli, big strong carries from him at the start of the game when he was on. It made a real impact, and getting the boys, getting the energy up. I think Zeph Tuinoa, real safe at the line out and in his carries as well, and had massive defensive efforts. Also, Tio, he was pretty good. He was really coming into his own in the second half.
Scored a good try.
Yes, very good try. And he was also running, and defensive efforts were outstanding.
Will Holland in defence was excellent.
Yes, definitely. And even their bench player, Yabeki Situ, he had a massive impact on the game coming into this second half. He was outstanding as well. So it's really going to be tough to be able to choose a man of the match.
Well, I think one name we didn't mention there, who I believe on the balance, Haloti Whanua, kicking the goals, scored the try, certainly was one of the big differences on the game. But I'll put the pressure on you. Pick whoever you want. Who was our hand man of the match?
Yeah, look, I'm going to have to agree with you there. Haloti Whanua, his goal kicking and his try and his insertion into this game, he's been absolutely outstanding. And for Royals, for Queanbeyan all year, he's been outstanding, and he's really come into his own. He's found his feet in this Colts competition, and yeah, his work off the boot today, and also scoring those tries, mate. It's hard not to pick him, to be honest.
There it is, our man of the match. As we see, a devastated Royal side. They gave absolutely everything in the later part of that game, but it's the champions, Queanbeyan. Take the chocolates today, well deserved in the end. Man of the match, Haloti Whanua. The final score in the 2019 Colts Grand Final, 27-21 to Queanbeyan. The first premiership of the day in the Premier grades. We'll be back soon for second grade, and then that big one, 325, Royals versus Vikings. For myself and Billy, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back soon for second grade.